Hi everyone, Sam Wenzel here from Sam's Woodland Tours, and out on a bit of a rainy day, not too far from home, but I thought I'd try out this little tin can stove that I've made. And today I'd actually like to show you how to make this. Some materials you need, I'll actually cover that in a little bit, but all we've done is taken a recycled tin can, a bean can, and made a nice twig burning stove. For those who are interested in trying a twig burning stove, want to see if they like it before they go out and purchase one, or they just want to do something fun with the kids, something they can do around home, this is a great thing to try. Stick around, I'll show you how to make one. Okay, so the materials that we need to make this tin can stove are of course a tin can, and to make the air holes we need the nail and a hammer, or a nail and a hammer, decent sized nail because you could want a decent sized hole of course. We need some tin snips, and optional if you want to take the sharp edges off of the tin can, make it a little safer, less likely to cut yourself. You can have a flat file or some form of really coarse sandpaper handy, whatever option you choose. And I also have, to make driving the nails in the can a little easier, a block of wood that I put in. This also happens to be my mallet for driving tent pegs, that's why it's shaped with a handle. It doesn't have to be, it can be a piece of firewood. So the first part we're going to do is we're going to select where we're going to put our holes. Now if you like to have it really neat and organized, you can have a marker and you can measure out how far apart you want to put your holes. I like to do somewhere between 4 and 6 holes on the bottom and somewhere around 4 holes on the top, and it gives me enough air supply to keep a good fire going inside the can, but also you don't want to have too many holes in the can, because eventually what you'll have is a breakdown in the structural integrity. The more you heat up the can, you want to have more metal, is what I'm thinking. So we'll start off, I have my block of wood inside, and I'll start to drive my nail. Okay, so we have the holes made with the nail driven into the can. So this just allows for oxygen to come into the bottom, and of course up top for oxygen to come in, smoke to come out. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our tin snips and we're going to make our holes for feeding the twigs. What you want to do is want to make sure that you get a good surface to hold this on, but you also want to avoid cutting yourself with the tin snips. Alright, so we've got our holes cut in the can, and what that does is allow us to feed twigs in, and of course more smoke, more air, more smoke coming out, more air going in. And of course depending on how your cuts go, you want to take your file or your really coarse sandpaper, depending on what you've got access to, and kind of file off the edges so you're less likely to cut yourself. Alright, and here's your finished product. And again, this is just one of many designs of stoves that you can make out of a simple recycled tin can. The type of tin can that I'm using is just a bean can. Basically, of course, you eat the beans and peel the label off and wash it. So when you're using this, of course, what you do is you simply light a fire inside, and you can set your pot, a small pot, a billy can, a cup, anything on top, and you feed your twigs in through here, obviously. However, this doesn't really take the place of a purpose twig burning stove, something that someone's manufactured. It does and it doesn't. This will only last you a while. The more you heat it up, the more the tin can wall is going to break down over time. And of course, depending on the brand of tin can stove that you're used to, or twig burning stove that you're used to, you also have to realize that this will get very hot. This is going to be very hot to touch. And of course you want to be careful where you set it down. So what you might want to consider setting it on is either a pie plate or something that you take with you that's going to prevent you from scorching the ground, depending on the time of year or wherever you are. And you can also do it on a flat rock as well. And you want to choose a rock that is less likely to explode if you heat it up a little bit. So there's some safety concerns that you want to take in consideration there, just because you are dealing with fire. So there's your finished product. we're going to go try it out. I'm going to boil some tea on it. But in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video or found it useful, please click like and subscribe, comment down below, and thanks for watching.